Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anne Marie. I'm a social media manager who's helped businesses grow their account. Today, I thought it would be fun to just share with you equipment, apps, websites, things I use as a social media manager. I'm a very low budget person, so well, I try to be low budget, and so I thought I would just share everything I use in this video. So I've divided this video into 5 sections. First one being outreach, second being equipment, third being apps/websites, fourth being skills, last but not least, mindset. Let's talk about outreach, how you can actually get clients, and I have a whole video all about how I get my own clients. I tend to do cold emailing. A lot of people get them in different ways, like networking, which is awesome. Recently, I've started getting clients through Instagram and social media, which is also a great way. So you can click here and watch that video. But there's 3 things that I use to outreach. First is you need to have a great email. If you don't have a great email, it's not gonna do anything. The ratio is I get 1 response per 5 emails I send, give or take. And I'd say that's pretty good. So if you want to grab that template, you can click the link down below, or you can go watch my video and I can go through how I cold email. It's all free if you want to download it. Yeah, so you need to have a great email template. The second thing you need is like a freebie of some sort. So I, have given like video ideas or content calendar or kind of audit social media, and then you just send it to them as like a freebie, like, here, I just wanted to give this to you. Doesn't matter if you hire me or not, just wanted to give this to you. If you are interested, you can sign up, we can have a meeting or whatever. So the great thing about having a freebie, not only are you just giving something, which makes you stand out instantly because no one really does that, you're basically showing this business that you know what you're talking about. The last thing that you need is a great portfolio. Let me know if you want me to make a video about this. I can share how I've made my portfolio. I'm not sure if it's the best way, but it's the way that's worked for me. If you think about like what would someone care about first, what's their top priority to least priority, and that's how you lay out your portfolio. People really care about results more than anything, so that's what I did at the beginning. And then at the end, it's like about me kind of thing. They might care, they might not. It's kind of like the results, the content I make, testimonials, and then like about. That's roughly how I divide it up. So yeah, pretty simple. And then I just put all those things into an email and I send them off, and that's how I get clients. All right, so moving on into the second section, we are going to be talking about equipment. And I'm just gonna share with you equipment that I started out with and what I'm using now. So I first started out with this is just a tripod and then the ring light. As you can tell here, this fell over. It's fallen over a lot because I'm just clumsy. It's like completely broken, so I had to get a new tripod. This honestly has worked great. It's got these things. The only thing I just don't like is it's kind of hard to adjust, I feel like, and it's very big. So that's the only thing with this, but it gets pretty high up. I think it's like 6 feet or something. This ring light, actually, you have a USB, so that's the only way you can turn it on. And then it's got these little buttons that you can use to adjust it, turn it on and off, different modes. So you can do cool, warm, or just normal light. All right, I just had to set the camera here because I was obviously filming with it. But this is the tripod I got. It's got a little clicker, which the previous one had one too. I lost it. I don't know where it went. Problem with that, it had like these little batteries that were kind of hard to find at the grocery store. So I really like this clicker because you can just plug it in and it charges. So I don't have to put in like batteries or find batteries. And then I just click it right in like that. And it looks so cute and chic. Look at the size of this compared to this. This can fit easily in a bag. The thing I love about this tripod is it's really easy to adjust. Like the one I showed you, in order to adjust it, you have to like do that and then select it. It was just kind of annoying. And what I love about this one, if I can open this, it's just super easy. Like you just pull it up and you push it down. Like you don't have to really do anything. Boom. And it's really tall. It's a lot more sturdy. Highly recommend this one. And then I also got this light. It's the same brand. I'll link these down below, but this is the famous Alex Earl light. It really does make a difference. So I would definitely recommend getting some kind of light. Essentially do the same thing. I like this a lot more just because I think it does give a lot better quality video than the ring light, but that's what I was using, so yeah. And I'm sure you've seen these all over TikTok. It's got a cool setting, a warm setting, and then a neutral setting. So put this back. So yeah, that's the thing with the tripods. I'll link them down below, but they're all less than $30, I believe. I mean, even though I can't use this for my iPhone, I can still use this for my camera or, you know, whatever else, like even just sticking a light on. Whatever kind of tripod you have, it doesn't really matter. This is just what I started with, and this is my favorite one now. And honestly, if you have a great light and just a tripod, like that's all I had starting out, and it was phenomenal. So if you're having like struggles, first of which is memory, I have really struggled with having enough memory on my phone because it just takes so much content. Get yourself a hard drive. You can store all your things on here. You can get these from Walmart. I think they're pretty inexpensive depending on what you get, but yeah, you need a hard drive. Usually comes with a cable like this. I have no idea what kind of cable this is. And then if you have a laptop like I do, like a Mac, you'll notice there's no USB, so you'll have to get an adapter. This is my husband's actually, but I like it because it doesn't unplug easily. You just stick it in, and then it's all connected to the laptop, and it's really easy to transfer pictures on here and whatever you need. But also just having one of these is just so helpful. It has an HDMI cord on here, a couple USBs, and then even a memory card place, which leads me on to my next thing. Get a hard drive and a memory card. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's really hard for me to transfer photos from my phone to my laptop for whatever reason. I just think the photo app, I don't know why, it's just like a huge struggle for my laptop sometimes. I got this adapter for my phone so that I can actually move photos and videos from my camera onto my phone or from my phone to my laptop. Once I'm done filming, I can just transfer everything over here, and then that helps with so much space and all those kinds of issues and keeping things organized. So I'm still in the process, like I said, learning how to manage storage. So if you're first starting out, don't be like me. Start developing a storage system so that you don't end up freaking out and deleting things and stuff to save space. So the next thing that you definitely need that I used at the beginning was a battery pack. And I actually don't have it with me right now, but you need to have a battery pack because filming on your phone takes up so much juice. Editing takes up so much juice. Your phone will die as a social media manager all the time. Making sure that you have a battery pack that's charged and that's a pretty good size, then you won't have those awkward moments where you're like, oh, my phone died. Sorry, I guess we can't like film today, you know? It also keeps you professional and prepared. And even if your phone is fully charged, filming can just take the juice right out of it. So yeah, definitely get a battery pack. All right, now we're moving on to our third section, which is apps and websites. When I first started, I actually didn't really use a scheduling tool. Don't be like me, please use a scheduling tool. I use Metricool. That's been like the easiest one for me personally, and they give you metrics that you can see everything with. It costs like 20 bucks a month, but it's worth it. If you only have like one client and you want to save money or whatever, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're getting more than 2 clients, then yeah, you definitely need Metricool. Definitely get some kind of scheduling tool because it's so much better to just sit down, edit everything, upload everything. Not only that, it's going to help you kind of visualize the metrics, seeing what is working, what isn't, and you're not just like guessing or scrambling to post something last minute. It's not very professional, and you're not going to get the results for your client that you need. What I use for contracts is Bonsai. It's worked really well. You do have to pay for it, but it's very inexpensive. It's very easy to use. All you do is you just write it up and then it sends an email to your client. And then it's just like digital signing. So they sign digitally and it's great. I love it. Yeah, if you want to do any contracts or anything like that, you don't need to like write out your own. It's already done in there. So it's all like legal and all those fun things. It's just fill in the blank, which I love. Definitely check out Bonsai. Some other websites that you should definitely check out as you're researching your audience and kind of figuring out what kind of strategy to use and what kind of content create for your clients. Answer the Public is a great one. It gives you 5 searches every day, I believe. And so, be mindful of what you're searching, but it gives all this data on what people are searching on YouTube, on Google. And then SparkToro is another great one. This is kind of social media based, but also, online, websites, Google, that kind of thing. But you search a phrase or a topic and it's going to tell you what kind of hashtags people are using. What are they interested in? So for example, if you're kind of looking at like florists, like, okay, what kind of content does this florist shop need to make? Just type in florist and it's going to give you you all the keywords. They do have a free version, which is awesome. And then they do have a paid version if you want to go more in depth, but that's a great place to start. Then I'm going to share with you my 2 favorite editing apps. I guess technically 3. So the first one for photos and videos is actually just the photo app. Sometimes I don't even do filters or anything just because this app is so good. Like the photo editing is just so good. People really like more organic, non-filtered videos, so don't sleep on it is what I'm trying to say. And then the second thing is Snapseed. This is probably one of the best photo editing apps on your phone for free completely. It's all free, but you can edit out blemishes. It's so good, and you can do so many things in it, so many things. So definitely check out Snapseed. Last one I've just loved is Tessa. Just love their filters. It's very vintage, aesthetic. It's just beautiful, but it depends on what kind of vibe I'm kind of going for. Like if you're kind of more in a whimsical mood, then yeah, I would use Tezza. But if you're more of like professional clean, I would probably use just the photo app or Snapseed. So now we're gonna move on into our 4th section, which is skills. These are skills that if you don't have, it's okay, but it's definitely what you need to have as time goes on. So if you're first starting out, you don't really need them, but you probably should if you've got a couple clients. So the first one is Canva, which I'm sure most of you know how to use. I'm not gonna go that much depth into it, but please learn Canva. I would definitely recommend paying for the premium though, because you just have so many options, and it's way less frustrating when you're trying to design something and you're like, shoot, I have to pay for it. I would probably just do premium. You know, it depends on how much you're using it, but I literally use it for everything all the time. The next one that I should probably gatekeep. This is something that social media managers are not doing that I think is probably something that you should learn. And if you do, it's going to set you apart from everyone else. It's just my hypothesis. It's product photography. If you are going to be working with any kind of business, especially like a boutique or a bakery, anything like that, you need to know product photography. This is going to set you apart completely from any other social media manager. Like if you're like, okay, yeah, I can manage you. There's so many social media managers out there, but how many social media managers know how to do product photography? Not many, right? Take the time to learn that, because that's just gonna boost you and make a huge difference. And business is gonna love it because you can just do it when you're creating content. They don't have to like get 2 people kind of thing. Or, you know, you can just do it as well as your other services. So if someone's like, oh, we already have a social media manager, but we need product photography. You're like, I got you. It just opens a lot more opportunities. I probably should be gatekeeping that, but not many people watch my channel, so it's just you and me, I guess. Keeping that a secret between us. The next thing, you need to get good at editing. Please take the time to learn how to edit really engaging content. If you have those in your toolbox, that's just gonna help your content more. I mean, I'm not perfect, okay? I'm still learning. It hasn't even been a year since I've officially started. But if you know how to edit, and you know how to make engaging content, and you know how to do transitions, and you know how to do text to speech, and you know how to edit out ums, you're gonna rise above. Please learn editing, use CapCut. But if you don't, that's okay too. I'm just saying, you don't need to know all these things when you first start. I think the most important thing is to just start. But as you get better, like take the time, like don't just stop learning and don't just stop trying to get better. These are just skills that I'm personally trying to develop and I think are really important. It makes a huge difference for your clients. So that's all I'm saying. The last part is Excel/Google Sheets. Probably Google Sheets because you can collaborate with people on them a little bit easier. I cannot tell you how easy it is to be organized and design things and share things and brainstorm if you have like a Google Sheet or an Excel. But yeah, if you know how to use it really well, it will benefit you greatly. Last but not least, mindset. The fact of the matter is all these things do take effort, but they're not hard. Getting clients is not hard. Sending emails is not hard. Talking to people is not hard. Making content is not necessarily that hard. People will probably come at me for that because it is, but not really. Like when, I don't know, not really, you know? The difference though is your mindset. If you have confidence in yourself, which we're gonna start with confidence first. If you have confidence in yourself that you can achieve anything and that you do deserve the success and you do deserve whatever you want, and you have confidence in your own abilities that you can get your clients a result that you've promised them, it will happen. You need to believe in yourself, and instead of saying, I hope this will happen, I hope I will get them results, I hope I will book this client, You need to tell yourself, I will get this client. I will get them these results. Like, it's up to me. It's my choice. It's my choice of whether or not I'm going to get this client. It's one thing to get the client. It's another thing to keep that client. And you need to have that confidence all throughout the whole journey. I've just learned, for me, it's just more like it's in my future, and I know it's in my future, so I don't really have to worry about it. But it takes daily effort to have confidence. The next thing is dedication. When I first got my first couple clients, it was kind of like, whoa, I got my clients. I couldn't really believe it. I was like, whoa. And then I was just kind of like, sweet, I'm getting paid. And then I got a little lazy. Once you're in it, be in it and don't stop learning. Don't stop stretching yourself, and be dedicated to the business and what they need, what they want. You can't just do this for the money. Like, you have to enjoy making content. You have to enjoy learning Canva. You have to enjoy digging into Google Sheets. You have to enjoy investing in Metricool. Otherwise, you will fail and you will lose those clients. So that's happened to me, okay? Just telling you from experience. You have to be dedicated, and you have to put yourself in your client's shoes. And not only their client's shoes, their customer shoes, because you need these two perspectives to come together, create amazing content that creates results. And the very last topic that I want to touch on is leadership. I'm such a people pleaser, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. Sometimes I forget, and we forget, that people don't obsess over content and social media the way we do, okay? And when we see people who are better than us online giving advice or expertise, we kind of like sulk back and we're like, oh, I actually don't really know what I'm talking about. Like, they're way better than me. And so then we go to our client and we're like, well, what do you think? And they're like, I have no idea. Like, that's why I hired you. One thing that has helped me is I just don't really watch, this is kind of ironic to say, but I don't really watch other social media managers' content. I only have a select few that I really enjoy watching. But what I'm saying is, be very selective in who you listen to online. If you kind of like surround yourself with people who help you and uplift you, then you're gonna be a lot more confident and you'll have that leadership ability. But even then, I think it's really important to develop your skills on your own. In my opinion, social media is an art. Content creation is an art form. You can get results with so many different tactics and so many different ways, and there's not one way to make a video, and there's not one way to grow a page. It's really just an art form, and you have to figure that out for yourself. And so if you're posting your own content, if you're experimenting on your own, you're gonna develop that leadership ability, because when you go to that client, you're like, here's my plan. Don't be afraid to be the boss. Don't be afraid to tell people what to do. And I guess it's a reminder for myself, because I'm such a people pleaser. I always think, oh, they're probably judging me. They're not. If they're not saying they're judging you, they're not. You don't know what's going on in their brains. And if they are, who cares? They hired you to do it, okay? So they want you to take control, and they want you to tell them what to do, because they hired you for that. Be a leader. Be the leader that you are. And this just became like a motivational video. I hope that helped. I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments of what you have found to be really useful, what kind of things you use, what kind of things you don't use. I would love to hear about it, because we're all different. If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you so much. But like I said, you have to try things out for yourself. The most important thing is just jumping right into it. Let me know if you have any other questions for me. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and talk to you next week. Bye.